Hello, welcome to this lecture video. So in our previous video, we were able to show how to process the data using Microsoft Excel or how to analyze now this example Likert Scale Questionnaire. So as I've mentioned in the previous video, so we use this questionnaire. So it consists of 14 items and we ask the respondents to rate it from 1 to 6. 1 means strongly disagree and 6 is strongly agree. So this is a psychological well-being questionnaire and it is in particular about environmental mastery. And then we also mentioned in the previous video that just in case we are going to analyze now our data. So for us to determine what is the psychological well-being, so we have to compute for the mean of the respondents rating and then determine whether it falls within the range of 1 to 1.49. So this is our guide. 1.50 to 2.49 until 5.50 to 6. So if you are using similar questionnaire and it is a also Likert scale and it is from 1 to 4, then maybe you can also make use of a guide which is the 1 to 1.49, 1.50 to 2.49, 2.50 to 3.49, and 3.50 to 4. As you can see in our first number 1, so it is not 0.49, obviously because the lowest rating is 1. So even if the respondent rated all items into 1, it means that the lowest average is 4, while since the highest is 6, we also did not place here 5.50 to 6.49 because obviously we cannot get a 6.49 value because the highest is 6. However, one issue identified in using this questionnaire is that if the respondent will rate the negative items, which is stating, for example, like item number 3, that I have difficulty arranging my life in a way that it is satisfying to me, if the respondent rate this as strongly agree, so it does that mean that the respondent have very high psychological well-being. So it is of course the reverse. So what we did in the previous video is we try still to determine what is the psychological well-being of the respondent by reversing the negative items. But in that video, we just consider one respondent. Now, what if we are going to analyze the 30 respondents? So this is now the data set of 1 to 30 respondents. So our objective is to use PSPP for us to analyze our data. So in this video, we are going to show how to transfer this data to PSPP or to transfer it into SPSS. So if you have an SPSS, save in your or downloaded and installed in your computer. So for me, so let me use SPSS. So this is my SPSS. How will I transfer my data? Because it is in the Microsoft Excel. Because I use Google Form, and from the Google Form, it is exported or rather downloaded into Microsoft Excel. So to do that, so let me just show you that this data, so we save this, and it is in the, so let me just close this first. So this is saved in the desktop with file name sample data. Okay, let's go back to our SPSS. So let us just use this. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so this is the SPSS. So to open your Microsoft Excel to SPSS, you can just click File, Open Data. So I repeat, File, Open Data. And then locate your Microsoft Excel file, save in the desktop. So I will go to desktop. And since we have a file of type .sab, we will change this into Excel because our data set is Excel. So now we have here sample data. Click this and click open, or you can just simply double click it. So we have here sheets A1 to R31. So we know that it is in sheet 1. So just click OK. So just in case it is not saved in this sheet, then you can select other sheet. But for this, it is only number 1, simply because we did not activate sheet 2, sheet 3, and all others. So just in case that we also have some data set saved in other sheet, then we can also find it here. So right now, we will just focus to sheet 1 and click OK. So when you're done, so what will happen? So this is now. So let's go back to our, so this is now our okay. So let's go back to that so that we can see it. So here it is. So when you're done, so you can see here the data set. So number, sex, everything. So from the number until to the item number 4. Okay, so that is from Microsoft Excel to SPSS. So let's click. You have, of course, to save this first. So file, save as. So let's place this as mastery, environmental mastery in SPSS and click save. Okay, so this is our data. Now, how about in PSPP? So if you are using PSPP, or maybe let us just consider that in a separate video instead. So what we are going to do using this SPSS is for us to analyze our data, or rather to transform our data. And of course, to do that, again, we are also going to use a separate SPS video rather for that. So thank you for watching.